We're rating a cigar named for a famous cigar maker. Does the stick measure up to his legendary name? Hey everybody, welcome to Puff, Rotate, and Review, the show that makes no bones about its mission, to bring you honest cigar ratings and tasting notes. I'm Bob Woods, publisher and managing editor of Stogie, as well as National Cigar Examiner at examiner.com. Well, last week we brought you a stick from a well-known cigar maker who struck out on his own, and most definitely did not strike out with his new line of sticks that he named after himself. Today we have a cigar created by another tobacco industry veteran with a legendary name. We're tasting the Frank Llaneza 1961 cigar in the double Magnum size, which is a 6.5-inch stick by a 54 ring gauge. It's made in Nicaragua, is wrapped in Ecuadorian Criollo with a Nicaraguan binder and filler from both Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic. We paid somewhere around $8 for it during our first ever visit to the big JR cigar store in downtown Washington, D.C. I say somewhere because I don't have the original seat anymore for the cigars, but I did get the price that I quoted from the JR Cigar website. Now, what's distinctive about this cigar is its outer layer. It's a very dark Ecuadorian Criollo wrapper. Soon after the line's launch in 2009, Llaneza told JR Cigars he worked with the Oliva family to produce these special wrappers. Coming from the man who made the brands Punch, Excalibur, and El Rey del Mundo, and several others what they are today, let's just say I'm interested to see just what this stick, billed as a medium-bodied one, is going to taste like. Llaneza died in 2010, and when I said on Twitter last week that I'd be rating this cigar, several people remarked that they wished it would get more coverage. So, we're happy to oblige. Also, we're giving away one of these sticks as a part of a grab bag of 5 cigars total. Details about how to win those in the Puff, Rotate, and Review sweepstakes later in the show. We usually pair our cigars with some kind of beverage or drink here on PR&R. The drink doesn't have to have alcohol, and that's actually the case with today's beverage. Just like last week, we're taping this episode at mid-afternoon during the week, which means, no drinkies for me. So instead, I'm going to be having homemade soda water from my SodaStream machine. And it's actually a little warm out here, so I'm going to have some right now. We'll have more on SodaStream at the Stogie site in the coming weeks. In the meantime, think of soda, also known as seltzer, as kind of a scrubber for the palate. But it's kind of a sucky scrubber though, as it really doesn't totally get rid of this cigar taste in between puffs. But you really don't want it to. That's because you actually want to enjoy the cigar's aftertaste between each puff. And yes, in this case, aftertaste is definitely a good thing here. That being said, removing some of the taste to get ready for more cigar flavor isn't really a bad thing. I hinted before that this stick has a dark wrapper. Well, it's really dark. I mean really, really dark. It's also got good oils. It's a bit toothy, and oh boy, I'm gonna pick that one up a little later, aren't I? And as I look at it here, as we break it open, it's also a little veiny, and it's got a very, very solid feel to it. The band, which unfortunately came off in the wrapper, but we'll put up a picture again of it. The band actually stays away from what I've been calling the WWE style of cigar band. It's almost understated, and yet the green on the leaves on it really makes the whole thing kind of pop out. And now it's time to light up this bandless stick. Well, I used my V cutter to make a cross pattern at the top of the stick. Immediately getting some flavors of cedar or wood or whatever you want to call it. There's definitely some earthiness in the cigar too, and actually more than a bit of leather in it as well. I agree with everything that I've read about it so far, though. It's definitely a medium-bodied cigar. It's got a, but yet the flavor actually has kind of a lighter touch to it. It's I'd actually pre-smoked this one before, and I was coming up with the same thing. It's kind of difficult to describe what a medium cigar with a lighter type of touch is, but this one definitely has it. So because of its good flavors, as well as indescribable as they are for me, which is, like I said, is a good thing in this case, I'm giving the Frank Llaneza 1961 Double Magnum a 4.3 at light up. Time to power down for a while to enjoy this stick, and I definitely will be. We'll be back later. Well, we're still looking at what I'd call, a medium cigar at the halfway point. I'm getting a bit more earthiness in it more than anything else. Actually, I shouldn't say a bit more. It's actually starting to come on now. There's still some of the other flavors that are still there too. Although I gotta say this, whenever I hear, like a medium-bodied cigar, I'm generally expecting to get some kind of spice in there. Not getting any in this cigar. That's obviously not a bad thing. It's just something that I thought I would notice, or I would bring up because I noticed it. I liked the stick before. I'm really warming up to it now. Yeah, definitely. So with that in mind, I'm giving the Frank Llaneza 1961 Double Magnum a 4.4 at the midway point. No, it's shutdown time once again. I'll be back at the end of the stick with that particular rating number, along with the average rating and my final thoughts on this cigar. I'll also have details on how you can win the grab bag of 5 cigars that we're giving away, including one of these beauties, in the PR&R sweepstakes. Well, mid-afternoon is turning into late afternoon here in the DC area, and while it was a pretty nice day today, it's getting kind of cold right now. So I've actually had 2 of these before, so I know what I'm talking about. So we're just going to do the end of stick and final ratings right now, rather than wait until we get down a little farther. Well, at the end of the stick, many of the flavors that I cited before are still there in terms of mainly the earthiness. There's also a little bit of the leather that is still there. What's interesting though is I am getting a little pepper towards the end, and the couple times that I had one of these before, I noticed that too. Wouldn't call it black pepper necessarily, and I've never had white pepper before, but if there's like a lighter pepper, and if white pepper is it, well, we're just going to call it white pepper basically. It is getting fuller as you'd expect, but definitely not objectionably so. So there's no reason here to take the rating any lower. So on that flavorful note, we're going to give the Frank Llaneza 1961 Double Magnum a 4.5 at the end of the cigar. Construction-wise, this has been a solid cigar every single time that I've had it. Always burns evenly throughout, no problems with it at all. I've never even had to touch up any in terms of the lighting for it or whatever. So our construction score is going to come in at a 4.5 as well. It's a very nicely put together stick. And it's a good thing that that construction-wise I didn't need any touch-ups, because I'm just about out of butane. Okay, now it's time to average out our individual ratings and give a big final honking number to this Frank Llaneza 1961 Double Magnum. We don't do any specific weightings to our individual ratings, so averaging it all out is pretty darn easy, especially because I didn't do so well in math back in school. So when it's all said and done, this stick gets a 4.43, or rounding down, it gets a 4.4 on a 100-point scale, like certain magazines use. That comes out to an 89 after rounding up. I wouldn't have any problem recommending this Frank Llaneza 1961 Double Magnum to anyone looking for medium-bodied smoke. It's got a good blend of flavors and a great stick for days that we've been having here in the DC area. It's been just warm enough to get outside and enjoy a cigar, but yet it gets kind of cold at night. So if you're going to smoke a cigar, you do it in the day around here, and you don't have to steal away inside a dark corner of your house or wherever to enjoy a stick. So next week we'll be going back to the Fuente family for our featured cigar. Sorry folks, it won't be a second Opus X from us, but it will be another popular stick from that highly respected family in the cigar world. So for Puff, Rotate, and Review, I'm Bob Woods saying, if you choose to enjoy cigars, may you puff and rotate as often as you like, wherever you like. We'll see you back here next week.